Good morning, beloved. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever it is that you are watching the broadcast, hello, 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 hello. It's wonderful to connect with you to say hi, hello. How do you do? What's happening with you? What's going on in your world, beloved? I send you blessings, 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 and more blessings today. For those who will be live, yes, 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 let's do it. For those who will hashtag and replay it, I love it. For those who will be on, and I don't know you on, and I might not never know you on, I could appreciate that. And for those who will be used by Papa to encourage this girl, keep on doing what you're doing. She is grateful and she is encouraged. Grateful and encouraged. So let's make it do what it do. Okay, let's make it do what it do. So we're talking still about this idea of assessing capacity, right? Of assessing capacity. Because we got to know when we have reached capacity and when it is time to do something different, right? When it is time to give ourselves some space, give ourselves a break, to give ourselves a needed respite, to give ourselves the extra whatever we might need, right? We got to know when we get to that space. We can't just keep going like a locomotive, because even a locomotive got to stop and get refreshed, retooled, something, right? So we are not, and we're human. So our capacity is different, right? So we got to know, and each of our capacities are different. We have to know what it is in order to honor the gift that is you and honor the gift that is me. Right? Good morning, Ray Price. Thank you for your prayers. Right? In order to honor the gift that is you and honor the gift that is me, we have to assess capacity so we can make the necessary adjustment. That's the point, right? So that we can maximize our being and make the necessary adjustment. Where's my car? Oh, should I plug it in? I did. Right? So when you think about your output, when you think about what you put out there, right? When you think about your what is it? Your use of energy, right? Your use of the precious resource that is you, your energy, your time, your, that which you bring, your resources, your inner resources. When you think about what is happening over here, when you think about all of those things, hey, honey, that's my nephew and my niecey poo. Hey, y'all, and my cousin. All of them came in at the same time. Hey, y'all. Hey, Tony. Hey, Erica. Hey, Margie. Good morning. Pray all is well, cuz. Misty's wake up. We can't. Aw. Thank you, Margie. So assessing capacity, right? Because we don't have an endless source of supply, source of energy without renewing. Now we have renewable energy. That's beautiful. We as humans have renewable energy. Our energy is renewed. But this is the thing. We've got to put the stuff in there to renew it. Now, part of it don't have nothing to do with us. It's built into the way we're made, it's built into our DNA that we will recover, restore, recharge, rejuvenate. All the re's is built into who we are. But this is the thing. We can keep, though. It's built in. But if you and I fail to give it what it needs, we can overextend that. What's our natural recalibration can't catch up to the overextension. It can't catch up to the overextension. Now, what do I mean by that? So y'all know, if you know, then you know, I was spent like when I came back from the Queen's Adventure, because we had to do things a lot differently because we didn't have the kind of power that we normally, the storms, the tornadoes landed close to where we were. So we had to do something different as it relates to power and technology and things of that nature. Well, what that means is I had to work harder. I had to work harder Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Thursday was the norm, but Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I had to expend a lot of energy because we still had to do what we had to do. Like it was a non-negotiable. It was not an option to not serve to the capacity that we know we could serve, right? That was not an option to not do that. So we had to do it. What that means, though, is I was on, pouring, giving. And what that means is that I used a lot of extra energy that I normally wouldn't have used. So when I got back, my recovery was different. It really was. My recovery was different. So it taught me some things. It taught me some things. And so I am going to do some things now. I don't have anything to do with power going in or power going out. That's outside of my job description, right? But there are some things I can do differently. Like I can, on my return, I will plan to be cared for. Check in a hotel, have a masseuse scheduled because it's needed, and just rejuvenate for kind of like the first 3 days. Come back on the radar on Thursday. Hibernate. Yes, Erica. Right? Hibernate on Monday. Monday is recuperation day. That's what that is. Tuesday is rest. And by the time we get to Wednesday, right, we'll be checking out on that Wednesday. By the time we get to Wednesday, it'll be good, right? At least from what we experienced this year. So you got to know. So self-care, assessing capacity. Self-care is you loving you. It's you loving you. That's what self-care is. You loving you. So you got to assess where you are with you loving you in all the areas of your life, right? All the areas you got to assess, what does that look like for you loving you. Oh, snap. I forgot to do something yesterday. A couple of days ago, I forgot to do it. Man, that's sucky. Anyway, Where are you with that? What does that mean for you? What do you need in order to be able to love yourself in that way? Or maybe not. Maybe I did it automatically. Yeah. Right? What does that mean for you to be able to love you? Anyway, beloved, what am I saying? Only you can assess the capacity that you have to give. And only you can make sure that you are getting rejuvenation in the way that you need to be rejuvenated. Only you can make sure that that happens. And you and I are such precious, precious gifts. We are precious. Yes, we are. We're not perfect, but we are precious. No human is perfect. We all got stuff. Every last one of us got stuff. Every last one of us got something to work on. Praise be to God that we are not perfect. I don't think I want to be in a relationship with perfect humans, because I think it's problematic. I don't think it would be fun to be in relationship with humans. It's difficult to be in relationship with humans who think that they're right all the time, who don't have room for other people to be right. That's difficult all by itself. So I can't even imagine what it is like if somebody was actually perfect. Papa didn't design it that way on purpose, I'm sure, because they'd be building the Tower of Babel, knocking on heaven's door like, hey, let me in. I ain't trying to stay. I just want to come and say, what's up? Can we build a transport to here so we can market it and da 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 da. Get out of here. Right? So anyway, our point is, because assessing capacity, because self-care is you loving you. That's what self-care is you loving you. So what does you loving you look like? What does you not loving you look like? That might answer the question a little bit better. Well, hello, Elder Horn. Elder Johnny Horn. Good morning. He said, okay. Right? So what does you loving you look like? Because that's self-care is you loving you. So if the premise is what we're getting to, what we are assuring for is that you love you, my question is, what does that look like for you? I'll turn that in. Good morning, Virginia from Virginia. Good morning, my sister. What does that look like for you? You loving you. Right? So that's my question. Let's see if I can wait. Because if we're assessing how well we are caring for ourselves, and I mean, loving you is kind of the litmus test. I'm inviting you today to ask yourself the question, how well do you love you? And this is an action question, not a theoretical or thought question or mental consideration. No, literally, when you think of you caring for you, you being for you, you honoring you, when you think of you assessing your capacity, do you make sure that you don't live a life of overextension? Because that comes at cost. Do you make sure that you do not live a life of overextension? Right? And what's your recuperation looking like? It's important to know what you need for recuperation. Recuperation and rest and restoration and all of that, because there's only one of you, beloved. It's only one of you. There's not two or three or four or five or six. There's one. And you are precious, and you are necessary, and you are a significant benefit working for God's best for me. I love it. Absolutely. Yes. For God's best. Absolutely. Because there's no better best than that. Right? It's our most significant best. All right, beloved. It is the top of the hour. And we be working. We be trying to get it, in on time and out on time. We working on it. The out on time, I'm more on top of that. The in on time, All right. At the moment that Abba gave us our breath, me and you, we forfeited, we relinquished. You and I gave up the right to not be amazing. We simply don't have the right to not be amazing. I love you. I appreciate you. I value you. And have a fantastic day. Bye-bye for now. See you tomorrow.